This is a Suboptimal podcast. Check out our suboptimal content at suboptimal.co.
Oh, I had an idea for a show we could look at as well. Another one.
Okay. Is it terrible?
Well, the concept of the show is that it's a guy who's trying to get a girlfriend.
Oh, Comfy can relate.
That's just my life.
Oh, man. Well, this is a good time to mention that I've started recording, so this is in the podcast.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm in.
2.5 Week podcast. I'm your host this week because he didn't introduce you. So, hi, I'm Comfy. Introduce you guys.
Hi,
We are live on Comfy's channel today. We're recording this on a Monday. We usually do it on a Sunday.
Yeah, I kind of had unfortunate work hours yesterday, so I couldn't be there for it.
No big
It
deal.
happens. You'll be done soon.
Not a fun time. Also, that loud, annoying noise you might hear is my neighbors pressure washing their house because they're trying to sell it. So, I apologize now, but hey guys, what show did we watch this week?
Is it wrong to
We
pick up
watched-
girls in a dungeon?
Yes, and
No. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a
Yes.
dungeon?
Oh,
That's very
he's,
important.
he's attempting.
I'm-
He's attempting.
I'm
very
sorry.
much trying.
I'm sorry.
It's like
I'm
comfy. He
trying-
tries.
I'm trying so
that's
hard.
that's a strong word there.
I tried so hard.
Okay.
I got so far, and in the end, I named the wrong show.
In the end, it just didn't even matter.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I hope everybody got that joke, because I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
I would hope so.
we're all losers. So yeah, we watched. Is it wrong?
There
to
are
try to pick up
plenty of
girls in a
successful
dungeon?
people who like Linkin Park, probably. I don't know. All right.
Name one of them.
I mean,
If you say Linkin Park, I'm going to call you out and say that's not successful.
what do you mean? They weren't?
It's a joke.
Oh, okay. All right. Look. All right. So anyway, this show starts off with this dude. What's his name? I don't know his name. Bell. That's right. He
Bell
is in a dungeon,
Kringle.
cowering in fear from a fucking minotaur. And
Yes.
then this blonde girl, who you later find out is like a really famous sword fighter, who works
Yeah, Wallen, what's it?
for Loki.
Yeah, Wallen,
because
what's
all of
it?
these
She
adventures
starts
work
being
for
called.
Loki, or work for gods, where they introduce the whole world by saying, you know, the gods got bored, so they just kind of like, we're just going to live with the humans now, and then we're going to kind of make them do our bidding, and live as people at the same time. So, like, the gods recruit humans to basically become their soldiers to go on adventures in their names and stuff. And Belle is the
He's one of
only
these
soldier in,
adventures.
what's her name? In the
Hestia.
family of
Hestia.
Hestia. That's right. I knew that. I didn't know that. I forgot.
Yeah,
Not-
blue-ribbon girl.
Not to be confused with Festus, which some people might assume, but it's not.
Well, they're all named after actual gods,
Yes.
Yeah.
but
So
they
there's-
also mix all of these different mythologies. So there's really just no naming sense to it because
Right.
you
It
have
doesn't make sense. It's
Loki
really, it's
from Norse
irrelevant.
mythology, Hephaestus from Greek. They're all girls, by the way.
Not
Except
all
for
the so not all the gods are girls, but a number of them are female.
Yeah,
Which includes
Yeah,
ones
the,
that
the,
would
the
not
dude
normally
wearing the
be
mask
female.
is a dude. What's his
yeah,
name?
that's Ganesh. He's from I believe Hindu.
Ganesh is Hindu. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was pretty sure. I just didn't want to be wrong.
Got it.
But so yeah, you have Ganesh, you have Hephaestus, you have Hestia, you have Loki, you have Aphrodite being just a bitch in the shadows.
You've also got
No, it wasn't
Japanese
Aphrodite, it
gods
was
and stuff
Freya.
like that. So
Is
yes,
it Freya?
it's
Yeah.
Freya. Yeah.
God, you're the
My bad.
weeb. What do you mean? Am I
I'm the
supposed to-
worst. I'm sorry. There's just so
God,
many.
I'm not supposed to fill in the blanks for you. You're supposed to fill in the blanks for me.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I've
No, the
fallen
point is to
behind this
corrupt you,
week.
Dale, and
Oh,
so that-
okay.
you know.
It was the perfect plan that we thought of all along. Isn't that right, Copper?
Yeah. Perfect.
See, I'm Copper's only real friend here because I'm the only person who's seen him in real life.
Wow.
We'll get more on that later.
I feel attacked. Okay, so anyway,
Dude falls in love with Wallen. What's it?
with what's her
Yes.
face after she saves him from the Minotaur.
Which
and
also,
then
can
he
I just
goes
be like,
home,
She kind of
and
looks like a dunce.
his goddess Hestia starts drawing on his back doodles and leveling him up essentially, and she realizes he's acquired some unknown skill that basically makes him level up like incredibly fast because he's basically inspired by love. It's very corny and only in anime would this exist. She doesn't even fucking tell him because she's a petty, jealous bitch. It's like, hey.
This is true, yeah.
She lies to him the entire time.
Yeah,
Yes.
he has no idea. He's like, man, I really got
She's like-
jacked. What did I do?
She's
I
like
don't
the
know.
definition of nice girl. Like, oh man, I wish you would notice me and love me, but constantly lying to him and telling him he's worthless so that nobody
Yeah.
else will have him. It's like,
Basically.
it's rough.
So
Not a good time.
he ends up going on a montage where he murders like a bunch of rats, and then he gets even more jacked, and then he goes to a bar, where he meets Princess Sword Lady again, and she's hanging out with all the other Loki dudes, or the other. She's hanging out with Loki too, and all of the family of adventurers from her family, and like this dude starts making fun of the Minotaur kid. He doesn't even realize that the Minotaur kid is Belle and at the bar. So, like you do, you run out embarrassed, crying like a little bitch when you're the antagonist or the main character of an anime.
Hey, not all main characters do that.
Well, a lot of them do. He did.
Coming of age story. Let him come of age.
Yeah, Dale, let him come.
Yeah. Let the boy come.
You know, Hesty's really trying. You know, she's doing her best, and he's just like,
All
"No,
right.
I'm good." So
Yeah.
anyway, he runs out, and then he goes and murders more things to level up. Hestia ends up. Now, I ended up watching the 4th episode just because I was kind of like, "What next?" I don't remember exactly where these end, so we might talk about 4 episodes.
I remember where it ends because I was watching Ford today. Extracurricular activities.
Got it. Okay.
I don't remember because I started rewatching the whole thing because the new season started and I was refreshing myself.
Oh, it already has started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the new season for the
Season already
new
started.
has started.
Okay. So basically, he just keeps going, and he ends up going out on like, no. Hestia then goes and meets with, oh God, there's another goddess, Hephaestus.
Hephaestus. God of the
Hephaestus,
Forge. Yeah.
a goddess of the forge, and she basically makes a deal with her, in order for her to make Belle like a very unique and powerful weapon, which just another little dagger, which
Yeah,
will
it's
like
a weapon
level,
that grows with him.
yeah, level up and grow with him, and like always be strong, which was nice. And then he ends up like killing a giant gorilla with the knife after Freya releases a bunch of monsters on the city, I guess for the lulz. I don't know why. So he ends up killing.
I think she was testing people.
He ends up killing the gorilla with the fancy dagger after he leveled up a bunch, and kind of became a badass, I guess. And I think that was actually the end of episode 3. Oh, and the entire time there's this like there's this chick that works at the inn that like is hitting on him and stuff.
Yes, there's a girl at the end who is kind of into him. Yes.
Yes, and
Kinda
she
into
pronounces
him.
her love to him, and he's like, he's got to be joking, right? Because he's clueless.
She's best girl, by the way.
And I could see that. And I think
I bet you
episode 4, he ends up going on like a shopping trip with one of the girl that works at the guild, because she wants him to have like better armor because she likes him enough to where he's like, you need to not die. So I'm going to take you to the shop and show you where you can buy some cool armor. So he's got some actual armor now. He also finds...
This is how like the harem starts, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I could see it. He also finds the little, like, girl in the white hood who's got, like, fox ears or whatever, who is a support, which basically just follows him around the dungeons and picks up the junk for him so he can focus on fighting. She tries to steal from him because she's, like, in this family, which they always talk about being really desperate for some reason, and he, like, actually splits the loot with her, and she's like, what the fuck? No, nobody does this. What are you doing? So then they become like friends, and she actually seems to enjoy working with him as support.
Yeah, she becomes one of his party members.
Right. You
Yeah, that
actually
was episode
find out
4.
as well that Hestia has started working for Hephaestus in her forge in order to pay off the sword or the dagger. And if this thing doesn't become an actual sword, I'm disappointed. I want it to level up and become a sword.
I don't remember
'cause
this
it's
show like at all, I'll be honest.
a little, huh. I don't know.
I remember
yeah,
he got the busted power.
So
Just
he's got the
level up
busted power.
faster.
He levels up faster than everybody else. Dale, you're going to be disappointed. He fights with daggers. So
Daggers. Okay.
Pathetic.
All right. At least it's not. At least he gets another one. Man, I want a cool sword. It's like a
Sorry, champs.
lightsaber.
he's not a
except
sword
it's
fighter,
metal.
Dale. I mean, what do you,
If you want somebody fighting with a sword, go watch Sword Art.
No.
That's a perfect show that everyone likes.
No. I feel like no. Okay,
it?
so like, did I miss anything from?
No,
that?
you covered it pretty well.
No, it's a pretty good little.
You didn't mention the
synopsis.
boob ribbon at all.
He
I
didn't. I
mean-
think he was avoiding the boob ribbon.
I didn't avoid the boob ribbon. I just don't give a shit. The character's got big jiggly anime titties, as per usual.
That are held up miraculously by nothing but a tiny ass ribbon.
I mean, honestly, they weren't even really holding them up. Like they're just kind of there. You know, I don't know.
They're very firm and bouncy.
Yes, like it's not like she's an old woman who needs them to be held in place. They're relatively still perky. So hey,
She's like hundreds of years old, dude. How do
but
you know?
she's a goddess. Doesn't count. Look.
Yes.
Whoa.
Look.
Are you saying that gods don't know how to do math?
What? That's
He said
yes,
that
that's
she's a god. She doesn't count.
All right. Okay. All right. That was a good one. That was it, Chief. We're done. Podcast over. That's a short one.
Guys, it was a great episode.
See
I
you
don't know
next
what
week.
number it was. It was one of them. But thanks
Shit, what
everybody
episode
for
is this?
showing
Is this
up.
21.
I think so. Hey, we
think it
can
is.
I don't
drink
know. You're
now.
supposed to be taking.
Thank God, I'm so fucking thirsty.
I think it is
Alcohol
21.
joke.
I'm checking.
I think so. I don't know, dude.
Pretty sure. Or 22. One of those two. So yeah. How much of this have you guys seen?
I've watched the whole thing. I'm
I've
into
watched the
season
whole
2.
thing. I've just forgotten everything.
You're a fan of this show.
Yes, I really like this show.
Really like this show. Comfy, how do you feel about the show?
I like it.
You like it? Okay.
Did you not? Did you not like that all of the gods were turned into women for no reason?
I mean,
Did you not like the boob ribbon? What is there to dislike?
I don't think he likes boobs.
Dislike boobs. I love boobs. Boobs are like my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
You know,
clip that.
I didn't-
Thank you, everybody.
What's that?
I said clip that.
You need to.
Chopper.
He's actually clipping that. No, like, okay, this is actually episode number 22.
Of course, I'm clipping now. What the fuck? Wouldn't I?
22?
Episode 22. Remember earlier
Yeah.
when I sent you that sound clip of me saying how much I actually like jiggly titties in the right instance? Remember this?
I'm pretty sure I do remember that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
See?
sure
Like,
any instance is the right instance for those.
that's true. No, that's not true because I've actually, it doesn't matter. I don't know. The show's okay. I don't know. Doesn't really.
Yeah, the show does actually get better as it goes along as well because it starts filling out more of the characterization of people.
Okay. Like I'm not not a fan of it, but I'm not a fan of it either. I'm kind of like it's okay.
It didn't blow you away, but it also didn't annoy you.
Like I would watch it more, but I might still. I don't know. Like if I'm all caught up on shows to watch, which granted I don't have a lot of time to watch much stuff, but like I don't know if I would do this or Demon Slayer, honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did finish One Punch Man season 2.
Yay!
I finished Shield Hero.
Finally.
Kind of over it. Like I finished it and I'm like, okay. All right, we'll see what happens next, I guess. We might eventually
Did you
cover
finish
season 2.
Fairy Gone?
Look, Fairy Gone is a great show, don't at me. It's the best show I've ever seen.
It is just worse JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Don't at me.
It's worse Full Metal Alchemist. Don't at me.
It's slightly better JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Instead of everybody being alchemists, they are fairy soldiers instead. That's basically it.
show
You're gonna
breaks
find
its own
out
rules, like,
that
15
everybody is in.
It
on
does.
overthrowing the
It
Duke.
really does. It's like, here's our world. Here's our rules. By the way, we're not playing by them. All this information we just told you was a lie.
Yeah, like Full Metal Alchemist played to their own rules, like all the time. It was a very important thing. Equivalent
you-
exchange. There's
if you
only 12 fairy
establish-
soldiers. Oh, look, there's actually 82 fucking fairy soldiers. Who could have known?
It's like, there's
Oh,
only
wait,
12.
people can naturally get fairy power, and we didn't know it the entire time? Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. They're like, here's the
Goddamn
established
mess.
things of how things work. We're gonna ignore this the rest of the time, just so you know. And like every character we introduce is gonna be one of these crazy people. It's like, but you only said there's 17 of them. Yeah, we lied.
Well, we lied. See, I knew they were gonna end up doing that.
Yeah, it's a great time. No, and that was like, man.
Yeah.
We should actually
it-
talk about that show.
Yeah, we've already talked about it. It
We
was a
could.
show. None of us really had strong. We had like almost no opinions about it. I don't. I'm just like, it's a show.
Yeah, that's the thing about that show. It's so middle of the road that
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
got
just kinda-
absolutely nothing
I-
else to watch,
I have one opinion, and that is
It's
the
there.
animation could have been better if it was done by literally anybody else with a set of hands.
I mean,
see, I don't even mind the character design in that show. I don't like the 3D animation elements.
That was a really
Um,
big issue for me. The character design wasn't bad, but like I was just watching it and paying attention to the animation earlier today. I was like, this isn't good.
It's very choppy. I think if they gave those animators more time to do episodes, so they could do more frames, it would be better. Because
Yeah, probably.
that's the issue I find with it. It's not bad looking. It's just there's not enough frames in the animation to make it as smooth as I would like it to be.
Honestly, like
Um,
the style of it, like there isn't one. It's like the most vanilla style I've seen.
Yes, it's a very
It-
just like the
it-
show itself. It borrows a bunch of stylistic elements from other places and just kind of mushes them together.
right.
So it's it's weirdly middle of the road. It's not bad. It's not great. It's hard to complain about the animation because it could be a lot worse. Like this show does look better than a lot of other animes that are out there, but it could also be a lot better and a lot smoother and have its own visual style rather than borrowing from so many places. So it's just a weird kind of show. Like it's
Yeah.
It's-
Also, all of YouTube is gonna get to see Comfy playing Mario Maker. It's great.
Oh, so you got to see all of that.
Oh yeah,
that
I
was
just
yeah. I'm
witnessed
watching
you
Comfy as well, and I've seen
not hit the
this,
turtle.
someone play this level before, and I know what's coming. So it's just interesting to see Comfy go through it.
shit. Well, yeah,
Ooh.
but
All right, yeah.
I've actually been having a really good time with Mario Maker. But
I
man,
love watching Comfy play like Trials and I love watching people play Super Mario Maker. I'm not gonna lie. It's like
dude, same.
Oh, I had Big Cheese up today playing it. That was great.
Who?
Oh man, that's a great sound. Hey, Copper, did you do anything cool last week?
Oh,
Last week
fuck.
was Guardian
You know, the
Con.
4th of July.
4th of July is not really a thing for me, but
Fucking Canadians.
I was in Florida for it, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
we're
So you
singing
came? Did
sea
you celebrate
shanties in a
4th of
sex
Did anybody
pool.
make him celebrate 4th of July? He came to America 4th of July
No.
weekend.
I didn't even drink on the 4th.
Man, I'm
July.
disappointed in all my friends.
Hey, it's
Well-
not my. I am not here to pressure other people into doing drugs and alcohol.
I was
Okay,
saying,
now, I didn't
was
say I
telling
didn't-
celebrate. Give the man
Okay,
a
I
hot
said I
dog.
didn't drink.
Fuck, there's no.
I didn't say I wasn't on
drinking
drugs.
required.
I very much was on drugs, which is why I wasn't drinking.
Ah.
Damn, LSD and drugs don't mix.
Oh man, wait, LSD and drugs don't mix.
Dude, I don't think you understand.
Are you?
You
on
really,
drugs?
really shouldn't mix LSD with other drugs, just so you know, Dale. Just as a
I,
thing.
Okay, all right, all right. So
Technically, I
yeah,
am
last
correct.
week, Copper and Comfimus and all sorts of other cool people were at Guardian Con, which I'm sure was a great time.
It was.
so much fun, and
I missed the
everybody
opening
who's there
ceremony.
is better friends for it.
What was that?
I'm Well, we are all better friends for it.
Better friends because we were there.
Yes,
Because
and I missed
kind
the
of
opening
screwed you.
ceremony because I got pulled off the floor.
Man, I wish I could say I was better friends for being there.
Well, next year you'll get to be. Plus, you'll get to
Next
see
year.
Disney and Universal.
Stop it. Stop it.
I don't understand why people like going to Universal Studios. There is nothing there. Change my mind.
I need to.
The Harry Potter section. I'm curious about seeing that.
She
and I
just
know
wants to
Kaylee
go
is
to.
as well.
That's
it.
all she
That's
wants. She literally
literally
just
it.
wants to go to.
Yeah, I'm not spending like
Harry
a couple
Potter
days
World.
there. I'm going there for
Yeah.
like a day to go
Yeah.
see like a couple of rides and the Harry
Like I'm
Potter
not
stuff.
opposed to also doing Disney, but it's like I didn't go to Guardian Con at all this year because I couldn't afford to go. Next year, it's like
Yes.
we're going to Guardian Con. Plus, she wants to go to Disney and Universal. I'm like, whoa,
Yes.
slow the fuck down, babe. I love you, but I don't know about that one, Chief. You know, it's like, come on.
You get one. Pick it now.
I'm gonna honestly pick Universal. Which one would be cheaper? I'm gonna just be like, go to that one.
Universal would be cheaper, but I think it'd be a way worse experience personally.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like
If-
the Harry Potter stuff is cool, don't get me wrong, but there's
If
like
we could
literally
manage to
nothing
swing
other than
doing
that.
both, I wouldn't be opposed to it just to make her happy. But it's like,
Well, the thing is,
Anyway,
if you
we'll see.
if you're going to do both, Dale, since the girlfriend is going to be coming with me next year, like we'll go with you. Like that's fine. Like we can do a day at Universal and then a couple days at Disney because
yeah,
you
I think
do
I
need
think
a
I would
couple more
enjoy
days
that.
at Disney.
I think Kaylee would enjoy
So-
that having a whole like a couple to be on vacation with. Because I don't know if you're aware, we don't have friends. Like I have
Yeah, we don't
one
live-
friend who's like an actual friend, and I think Kaylee kind of has one.
Yeah, we don't really
Yeah.
live near anybody either since we, live
I
in
mean,
the
it's
ocean.
not that I don't live near people. It's like I was visiting with my my actual friend, and
My
I was having a
actual
conversation
friend.
with him, and I was like, Man, I'm the only one in our old group that doesn't have kids." He's like,
yeah,
"Yeah,"
that's
and I'm one of the few that doesn't like. I don't want to go into a whole bunch, but it's like I'm like, everybody else has done some other shit, so it's like, hey,
yeah. When you're the one in the group who doesn't have children,
yeah,
that's always a thing because they're like my kid so and so and blah blah blah. It's like I don't care.
like the only reason that I've actually
Sorry
kind
to
of
tell you.
reacquainted with him or gotten like acquainted to hanging out with him again lately is because he's going through a divorce, so it's like.
Yeah. Nice job, Comfy.
You guys are talking about real life friends. I don't have any of those, so I just like tunnel visioned into Mario. So, hey, only almost twice the max speed.
But yeah, so it's like I think me and her would both enjoy having like a couple's vacation. It'd be a fun time.
It'd be good. And I think there's other couples who we know that might be there. Like I don't know if Drake's gonna bring his wife or not. Drake's really nice to hang out with. Comfy can always bring Red.
That'll have a girlfriend.
I
next
was
season,
trying to
don't worry.
figure out a way to inject myself as a joke without using him. But like you used him too quickly. I was gonna throw out like I can bring my body pillow or something. Like even though I don't have one.
Yeah,
For
We are
liability.
plotting getting you one of those anyway. So
I
you might have a
know, and
choice.
it terrifies me.
can we
Like
get
at
him?
least I move out in a month. Wait till then at least.
Can we get him one of the? Can we get him one of the characters from Monster Girls as a body pillow? Because he's like,
No, like I would actually throw it away
okay,
so fast.
We Addison had an idea, and we discussed it on the Aber ride from the airport over to the hotel.
Oh, can we talk about Aber for a
Yes,
minute?
Go ahead.
Like,
No,
okay.
this is all you guys. Talk about your
really
fun at
quick.
GuardianCon.
Huge
did
shout
so
out to
many runs.
Addison. Okay, Addison asked for no gas money, asked for no assistance, and offered himself every day to anybody that had to be anywhere. I had to go to Halo Outpost at like 9 in the morning, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I can drive you." I didn't even ask him. I was already planning on calling an Uber. He was like, "Yeah, I can drive you there."
Yeah,
And
he
he's like,
did
"You
like
want me to, hey," and like one time I had him drive me over there so I could get my pass, and he was like, "Do you want me to hang out for you?" I was like, "I'll need to be here for like a couple hours." He's like, "Yeah, I can do that." I was like, "No, leave." Like I actually forced him to leave.
go enjoy yourself somewhere.
He
Go.
was so helpful the entire weekend. He picked up myself, Red from the airport. He picked up Copper. He picked up Pingu. He picked up everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
He's
did
one
like
of
4 or
our-
5 airport runs. Mind you,
No,
he
no,
has to
did 4 or
pay
5
each
airport
time.
runs in one day.
Yeah, he had to pay each time as well.
Yeah, the
The
dude.
same day he picked me up, I think was his second airport run that day.
Yeah.
Plus, he'd done like 3.
No, I think you were the
no,
third.
He was on the 4th run to Publix that day. So the 4th run to the store for other people, not for himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like-
for context, some of you guys might not be aware. This event that they went to was in Orlando, Florida, and one of our community members lives in Orlando. Or no, he lives in Florida,
Tampa.
so he was volunteering to help people get around and stuff.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
lives like
he
closer
drove
to
over.
Tampa.
And
Yeah,
Aber
so,
is an Uber man
and-
because his name is Addison. So
Yeah,
Aber.
so he was.
We're
Aber.
hilarious, chat.
You know who else made an Aber or Uber drive from Tampa to
Bob?
Who's that?
Orlando? Oh, that Bob did it willingly. I was talking about the other one who will not be named because I don't
Oh,
want
you
to
mean
throw him under a bus.
You mean the person in our community who, rather than flying into Orlando, flew into
Accidentally
Tampa
flew into Tampa,
and then had to get an Uber from Tampa to Orlando?
which I want to point
Yep.
out. Addison offered to drive him still.
He did.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I like he
Wow.
landed.
I forgot
in-
about that. I have to make fun
Yeah.
of him for it.
Uh, I'm like on purpose, not throwing. I want to talk about it because it's a funny situation, but I don't want to throw him under the bus because it'd be really mean. And we gave him enough hell. Like I feel bad enough.
Yeah, because the
It had a
convention
very
last year was in
attitude.
Tampa, so he flew to Tampa and didn't realize that
He
it
had,
was
a,
in
he had a very
Orlando
good
this time.
attitude about it. He was like, "Well, it looks like I just have to figure that out." And he like flew
Okay.
out of Tampa as well. So he was like, "Well, it looks like I just got to get an Uber earlier." Like he had a very good attitude about it. It happened to me. Like I probably would have just like been done, but he like just took care of it and had a good time.
I thought of something. Can we get Addison to go to a tourist shop and pick up a shirt that's like, I went to Florida and all I got was this shirt and it has Tampa, Florida on it?
Oh my gosh, and send it to him. Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. That'd be hilarious. I'd be down for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that was funny. Guardian Con was a great time.
It
Bungie
was.
gave out all of these cool Gambit coins that are actually really, really nice.
Nice.
Coins, pins, there's
Oh, I got some.
Borderlands masks, a bunch of other stuff.
Oh
I
my
picked
gosh,
up
there
some
were
nice art.
so many Borderlands masks. Holy crap! This is from E3, but
Do you know how many there were?
10,000.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard. I
There
was
was
listening to the podcast
10,000
today.
1,000 of them.
10,000 masks. And
It's insane.
2K brought them and said, "Hey, do you think you can give these all away?"
Do you know how many they have left?
Didn't you say like
how
2
many?
boxes?
3 boxes.
3 boxes.
That's it.
And to be fair, they handed them out at registration, which was like 8,000 people, and then they and
Anybody
then
who
at
wanted
the-
extras, like they gave some to the hotel staff, security staff, stuff like that.
they
Like
had
there's
boxes
staff
and
members
stuff.
who took them home to kids and things like that. And the staff
Yeah.
members really loved that. The fact that, they were giving, like they were really like, yeah, here, take some.
Yeah, I liked hearing on the jam that they were
uh,
talking about how there was a bunch of employees at the
Yes.
hotel that
They
were
were
like,
just
this was my
so
best
happy.
fucking day in years.
Oh,
here,"
yeah.
and, like tips.
Yeah,
and stuff from the
there's-
bartenders.
Oh yeah, there was restaurants where the attendees for Guardian Con broke like records that had been standing at the hotel for 12 years.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
amount of money they like this serving staff and the restaurants themselves made. Like that's how much money people were spending and tipping.
They
Uh-huh.
are
Like, we
so
love these
nice,
guys
They are so friendly and they tip so well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they are so nice. They drink so much and they tip so well.
So well.
man,
yeah.
I can't wait to break that stereotype next year.
Oh, there were
Not
some.
nice or friendly.
There were a couple of incidents.
I know. I'm rude.
One
There
of them
was-
was there was 2 ones that were bad. There is the one that our community knows about that
The
has
one
been
that
addressed.
we have already addressed it.
There is
for someone
another
who's removed.
one where someone decided to try to get like chest to chest with Pete, from what I heard, and that didn't go well for that person.
I heard about that as
Um,
well.
I don't know why someone would do that. Pete is a large man.
Pete is a scary man. You kidding me?
And then
Mhm.
there is also an incident that is not bad per se, but kind of funny, where someone closed down the main stairway from the lobby to the lower lobby because they got sick on this,
Okay,
like
so
down the whole staircase and down the side of the staircase that led into one of the restaurants. So that was a thing.
Lovely.
best part about that is I was about to leave. I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to bed one night. And it was like super late. It was like 1 a.m. And they were just, and Copper was just like, oh yeah, comfy. Take the elevator.
Yeah.
X,
It's like,
X puked on the, puked all over the stairs. It was like, okay. And he was very remorseful about it.
yes. Yeah.
And
They
he
were
will
very,
also
very,
remain unnamed.
yes, they were very contrite about it. They feel very bad about it. But they were quite inebriated, so it's not surprising.
Oh, absolutely not. No,
It was me.
no,
I can't hold my
favorite
liquor.
event that happened, which this is the shortened version. I've had this more or less verified from everyone involved. So Bungie had a super cool booth this year. They had 72 computers. You played PvP, and if you went and participated, you got a free Gambit coin, which was super cool. And
Mhm.
then if you came back and you could do a risk reward match where you wager your Gambit coin, and if you win, you get the first day you got your coin back, the second day you didn't. If you win, you get your coin back, and then you get a super cool pin that was the Triumph emblem, the large Triumph emblem. Like there were 2 pins in the pin to hold it up because it was massive.
Yep.
And that was super cool. The Gambit coins are really, really cool, and everybody wanted one. And everybody also wanted one of. I'm just going to cover this just in case. One of these emblems. Very hard to see, but like I've entered the code already, so you can't steal it. But like everybody wanted both of those. So there was a really like the first day it was fine, it was normal. Second day there was a really big line. It was a really, really big line. It was big enough that the volunteers had to walk over and shut off the line. And then
Wow.
volunteers had to go get Pete and Labman, who came over and said, if you guys don't stop with this line, we're gonna kick you out. And everybody was like, they can't kick us all out. And then Broman was like, yeah. Broman came over and was like, yeah, we can. And if you don't, we'll get you arrested. And they were like, you can't arrest all of us. And then the sheriff came over and was like,
Oh,
yeah, we can.
God.
Yeah.
How
So
is
the
it
sheriff,
just,
Pete
like-
and the sheriff, like what happened was Pete went to Kevin and said, hey, I'm going to give you a chance to deal with these people before I go over there at the sheriff and start throwing people out. No
Yeah.
warning, just like picking them up and throwing them out.
It was like, it was
Pete was
really
annoyed.
bad.
Because Pete was very annoyed at these people because he tried being polite and they ignored him.
I was told that they pulled multiple badges from that line.
Yes, Pete said he was going to go over there and start ripping badges off people's necks and having the sheriff escort those people out. So Broman went over to kind of say, hey, you guys have been told a couple of times now, this is your last warning. Like, if you don't disperse and don't start lining up here, like, stop what you're doing, Pete's going to come over and remove all your badges, and you're going to be removed by the sheriff, and you're going to be banned from the property. So, because since you're not listening to, security staff, right? So that happened. And then some guy got pissy with Kevin.
Yep.
And now Kevin has a new emote.
Yeah, it was a time. Those are my favorite con stories, when people are just
Does he?
acting a fool and just are idiots.
It's like, you can't do this to us. Like, yeah, they can. Like, it's security. If security tells you something at a private function, guess what? It's not a free country. You don't have free speech here.
I don't get why
And
people
you can
wanna
be removed.
dickheads about it. Like they
'Cause
knew
people-
who these
it's
people. Like they knew
entitlement.
that the people were in charge telling them the stuff. So it's like, why?
It's
It's not
literally
hard.
entitlement. It's people who are entitled who think it's a free country. I can do what I want. You can't tell me, what I can and can't do. Like they're not realizing that.
I paid for my ticket. I deserve this.
Yeah, they don't realize that one, this is security of the event telling you this thing because they're telling you this because it's for security reasons. Like there is a fire hazard if people are standing around like that because people can't move around properly.
The entire, for the record, the entire like one of the exits was completely covered in people, and there was no way out. It was an actual like. It wasn't one of those like, oh, you have a bunch of people standing around and we're gonna be mean. It was like, no, like I looked at it and I was like, that is a fire hazard, and walked in the other direction.
Yeah, they were blocking access to vendors, to artists, to the main stage area.
The artists were pissed about it.
So like there's a
Understandably.
lot of that. So, and then they started to get pissy about it, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, you don't have a right for, to be where you are at. Like, You've been told to leave, told to
Yeah,
move.
it was
Like,
people were kind of dumb. Man. But yeah, Guardian Con was great. It was very
yes.
fun.
Yeah, very,
I'm
very
sad I
few
didn't get to
instances,
go meet
especially
you
for
once.
the fact there was over 8,000 people. The
Mhm.
fact that there was really only 2 instances with security staff is frankly amazing. And both of them were handled extremely quickly, and nobody got hurt. So
My my favorite thing that happened, so I went and played Control, which is amazing, by the way.
Hmm.
Super fun game.
Isn't that a Destiny game mode?
Stop yourself. I went to go play Control, and
Mhm.
and Red and Drake and Rala were like, okay, we're gonna go look at dice because there was some really cool
Yes.
dice there from Misty Mountain. And I was like, cool, I'll do that when I'm done with this. So I finish it and I go over to the dice and I'm like, cool, I want to buy that set. And I reached in my wallet and I didn't have my credit card.
Uh-oh.
And I kind of left it at the pool bar the night before.
Oh no.
I was very lucky. They still had it. They still had it available. And
Mhm.
I left and I was like, cool, I'm going to go buy the dice before they sell out because they do every single year. And I was stopped on the way by Red, who was like, oh, yeah, by the way, we got you these dice while you were playing Control. And it was the exact set I was looking at. So now I have a set of dice that I'm pretty sure you can kill somebody with. But
Yeah,
that's
they
gonna
had
be
a
like our D&D games.
so I didn't pick many dice from them because I actually have a nice set of dice already.
I have
Yeah.
I have a
They had
bunch.
the mammoth tooth dice.
Yes, the mammoth. That was one of the things I was going to talk about. They also, aside from the dice, they had a bunch of leather bound books.
Ooh, those were super cool.
Yes, I picked one up since the girlfriend is Wiccan. I picked one up for her. So those are actually very, very nice. Tim picked up one as well. That's where I met Tim at. Was at that booth.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main things, since nobody knows what I look like except for the people who were there, and not Dale.
Yeah.
Every
Is
time
this ever gonna stop? Come
No.
on.
No, you're actually not allowed to
No.
know what he looks like.
I'm literally going to walk up to you next year, Dale, at the thing, and just start talking to you, as some random person who's at the con.
You don't think I'd
And you're not
recognize your voice almost
Oh, you'll
immediately?
recognize his voice. Don't worry.
Probably.
Yeah.
So what was funny was Pingu being there was supposed to be a surprise. I
Yes.
didn't know he was gonna be there. And
Yeah, I heard about that. That's amazing. So
which
Pingu was
it
from
was super
Australia,
cool and super fun.
and a lot of people didn't know he was coming.
No, I was
Yeah.
surprised when I heard that he was there because I'm like, really? All the way from Australia? All right,
Right.
then.
Yeah. Seal saying that she knew, which is unfair. But so I didn't know, and I wasn't supposed to know until we had our dinner at Charlie's because we had a super nice steak dinner with a bunch of sub-op people.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, that was just really cool. So we had a super nice dinner with a bunch of sub-op people. So I didn't know, I wasn't supposed to know until then. But Pingu walked up to me that morning and just walked out, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" And then he was like, he just spoke, and I was like, "Oh, it's Pingu. Cool."
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
As soon as
literally, the
you
moment
hear him,
he
you know
opened his
voice.
mouth, I was like, "Oh, it's Pingu."
Yeah,
It was
because
no
it's
mystery. And it was great because Brofish didn't know, and the way that she found out was that Pingu walked over and was like a newt to her, and that was it. And she was like, "Oh, it's Pingu!" Immediately. It was
Nice.
very fast, but it was very fun.
and watching that boy play in person is disgusting.
Holy crap! He straight up clicks on heads. I don't know how he got cheating software onto the actual computers that they were doing for the tournament, but man, he has insane tracking. It was really impressive.
He got robbed for that tournament. So for
Oh my gosh, I'm so mad about this.
Okay, so for the
tell it.
Apex tournament that was there, Dale,
Uh-huh.
we had a couple guys who were actually doing super well. Nova, Biscuits, and Pingu were all doing super great.
Uh-huh.
And second day of the
Biscuits and
tournament,
Pingu both made it into the top 12.
yeah, they were both in the top 12.
Nice.
Biscuits ended up in 7th place, and it was
Mhm.
all the way up to 6th place that went further.
He ended
Uh-huh.
in 7th place by 3 kills.
Yes, Pingu was behind 6th place by
8th place.
4 kills, wasn't it? He was 8th
He was
place.
8th place with 4 kills. With
Here's
4
the
kills
thing.
behind.
He had to switch computers 3 times because the
Why is that?
computer died 3 times on him.
He's too good. The computer didn't know what to do.
So the computer died. He didn't get any extra time.
Oh.
Yeah, no, they straight up they didn't give him any extra time, and like because they had a schedule they needed to keep.
Yeah.
So
And
because the
so-
computer died on him, he lost like minutes each time because he had to get up. They had to find a new computer for him. He had to get up, load up the game, boot back in, start up a new match again. So every time he'd lose like 5 minutes, and you only have like an hour for each time. So he
Right.
lost like a good 15 minutes because of this shit. And it was only 4 kills he was behind. And I
Mhm.
literally had like I stood behind him and watched him for a while, on both days,
Yeah.
and he could get 3 kills in less than 2 minutes. I literally watched him wipe teams by himself.
Yeah, I watched him wipe a team by himself with a Mozambique.
Yes, that was
For people who
insane.
don't play Apex, the Mozambique is the rated as the worst gun in the game. It's a handheld shotgun that fires 3 pellets that each do 15 damage, so 45 max unless you're hitting all headshots.
You have
which
to
it
hit
doesn't.
all 3 shots to kill.
Yes.
All three shots on headshot is the only way to kill, and it's
Yep, and he did
No, I
so
think-
and wiped the team.
Doesn't it? You can 3-tap if you don't hit. If they don't have armor, you can 3-tap without headshots, right?
yeah, 3 tap.
Yeah.
You and
I
it has
actually had
shots
a
in the
game of
magazine.
Apex one time where I got 4 kills with a Mozambique. Pingu will tell you that one of the kills I stole from him, Pingu would be truthful, but I still got 4 kills with a Mozambique in a game. So yeah.
But yeah, I watched him kill a whole team with a Mozambique in like a minute. It was dumb.
The dude's actually
just
kind
disgusting.
of insane.
Yeah.
Because normally Pingu is a super good player normally, but normally he's dealing with, ping issues from being in Australia. So when you put him on the same servers as North America as everybody else, it was just insane to watch him just murder people.
Yeah, no, he was like watching with like 0 lag and anything was just kind of. It made me
Yeah.
ashamed to not be good at games.
It's like, he's way better than he really should, than we think he is, because he's dealing with such a lag normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great. Meeting people was interesting for me because almost everybody I met when they found out it was me was like, "Oh my god," and then hugged me.
He's like, "Oh my god, that's what you look like?"
Yes. So, like when I met Fef and Kai, Retro Kai, we were coming in from I hadn't even gone to my room yet. We were coming in from the airport. They were some of the first people I met, and we stopped and said hello because they recognized, Addison and that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, hi. They're like, hello. I'm like, it's Copper. And they're like, oh my god. And Fef literally jumped up and grabbed me. So that was interesting. I surprised Tim because again, Tim doesn't know what I look like, and I just finished doing a bunch of work for them. So he's like, oh my god. So that was cool. Did the same thing to Kevin at the Rare Drop Awards. Since we were sitting
Nice.
closer to the stage before it started, I got up and said hello, and he's like, hi, nice to meet you. He's like, oh yeah, it's great to meet you. And I, mentioned my name, and he's like, oh my god, and hugged me. Probably one of the only people who got a hug from Kevin because he was avoiding a lot of contact
my
with people.
name's Copper and Kevin gives me hugs.
On the last day, he was fine and he was touchy with people, but on the
Yes.
first couple days,
He's
He
like,
was
don't touch me.
probably so fucking stressed.
Well,
he,
it's also
like-
because he had the baby with him, right? So he's like,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
touch me. I don't want to get any
Well, I
germs from you
mean,
people.
Goth's
true.
kids got
Makes
the
sense.
Australian flu, so
Yeah,
Yes,
that
quite
is
literally.
That is a big bummer.
Literally, some
Big
kid brought a flu back, or her mother brought the flu back from Australia, gave it to her kid,
Then sent the kid
knowingly
to
sent her kid over to Goth's
Yeah.
place, which then got
Where
one of
he
his
has
daughters sick.
is it still?
Yes, where he there is a baby in that house. Brad is not, a newborn anymore, but he's still young, and you don't do that as a parent. That's not cool.
Goth, yeah, they talked about it on the jam this week. Goth was irate.
Yeah, I would be too. Like,
He
what
was
the hell?
he was mad.
And I have the feeling that lady knew Goth does the big charity event, and it was this weekend, and she sent her kid over there anyway, knowing that the kid might be sick.
Well, it's entitlement.
Yeah, it's like,
I more important for me than it is for you to be safe.
Yes, which is
Which is
Mm,
whatever.
surprisingly, I didn't get sick, which is very surprising for me because I have an impacted immune system. So
I actually, not a whole lot of people got sick. I know like Brofish got sick.
yes, Brofish
Uh,
got sick, but I think she might have picked up something later
Like-
after the con
Something.
from Disney and that. So
Yeah, no, it was. But yeah, I didn't know anybody that really got sick.
no, the only illnesses I saw were self-inflicted illnesses.
Self-inflicted? Oof.
Yeah.
Gee.
it's when you
Alright.
probably drink too much.
Yes, that's the exact type of self-inflicted illness.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's a good bit of that.
Too much.
Yes. Oh, some of those drinks were massive in size, like the margaritas.
Oh my
Are you a
god! I
drinker,
got one of
Copper?
those margaritas and it was great.
I have to plan my drinking when I drink because I
Okay.
take medications for my medical
Got it.
conditions. I have to make sure that there's nothing of a certain type in my system because one of the drugs I take is on the same level as things like fentanyl. So it is not a minor pain-killing drug. It is very high-end opiate, and drinking when you have one of those in your system is a horrible idea.
Okay.
Would probably hurt you or even kill you.
Yes, which is why it is a horrible idea. So you kind of have to monitor what you put into your, like what other medications you use, even things like Tylenol or allergy medications. I have to keep track of things like that. So alcohol being what it is as a depressant is another thing I have to make sure if I'm going to drink, I can't take the other stuff.
Got it.
But yeah, overall, it was a great fun weekend. I missed the
It
opening
was a very good
ceremony.
time. The opening ceremony was very fun.
Yes, because as soon as I got there, one of the other people I met pretty much right away, the first day of the actual convention was Alex, and we were sitting down when Alex walked by, and we waved hello, and Drake yelled out, "It's Copper," and pointed at me, and he just kind of beelined over to me and said, "I'm going to bore you," and then I got pulled off the floor.
Yeah, it was pretty
Got it.
fast. From like you're like sitting down, and I was like, well, okay, cool. Which was it was a good time.
Yes, so then I got to see some of the backstage stuff, which was neat.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
fancy.
We were trying to fix something that unfortunately was not fixable by us because some of the signboards they had rented, the people who rented them out to them didn't bother
Oh,
to.
that's what they called you back for.
Yes, we were trying to fix those things. So
Yeah.
Was that the
um,
map thing on that they were talking about on the?
it was
the
it was the map thing. The problem with
I didn't get to see it, but I heard him talking about it. I don't.
yeah, the problem with the display boards was that the specifications they sent us had everything except the resolution, which I found a little odd when I was making stuff. I'm like, whatever, I'll just make this at like 300 DPI and it'll be fine because 300 DPI is print resolution, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, and anything that's displayed on the screen usually only has to be like 72. So 300 is overkill. So we get there and we saw these things when they pulled me out to try to fix them. I looked at them like, I don't know if this is fixable. Like, I can send you some other DPIs, like lower and higher.
Do you have any rough
but-
numbers on the resolution?
The resolution I would guess would probably be about 15 to 20 for those boards. So
Yeah, they were
what the boards
like,
were, rather than being a
10
screen,
pixels.
it was basically a board that had a screen, like a punched out like paper, well, probably plastic screen with a bunch of holes in it, and then behind that were a bunch of individual LED lights. So it wasn't actually a screen; it was basically kind of like a light bright.
It
So
was very much more like
Look,
a light
my
bright.
mom bought me a light bright when I was a kid, and I loved that shit.
so
Okay, cool.
anything
That
you
doesn't mean it should be used.
Oh, I
No.
know.
Map
I'm just
at a
look. I
convention.
just was sharing my childhood memory about a light bright. What is your childhood
So-
memory about a light bright?
if you were super
I
far
don't have
away,
one. My mom never bought me one.
yeah,
I
if
think
you
you
were
might
far
have
away
been
from
too-
them and had something big on it, it was readable.
You might have been too young for a
But
light bright.
for a map, there was no way to make it readable, so we couldn't
Oh
fix
yeah,
them.
absolutely not.
The only thing I thought of as a way to fix them would be to print the maps off on vinyl, switch all the lights to white, and then put the vinyl on top of it. But that's not really a doable thing at that point. So I don't think they'll be using those again.
Oh, absolutely not.
Or unless they do, you know, it will be with the solution that I just mentioned there, where you do a printout and then just turn them white. But yeah, even the stuff they sent us said that, oh yeah, like not only can you put still images on these, you can run video on them. Now I'm thinking, how the fuck would you run video on this? Like, what would that even look like? So the resolution
It looks like them trying their hardest.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that was why I got pulled off for that, and now the Rare Drop guys have my phone number.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was told to say you're welcome for that.
So now Copper's going to be super busy next Guardian Con as well.
I hope so. I don't know who they're going through. I know this was Twaz's last year of doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I'll say about that is that archway, Humby, you know the one I'm talking about.
I'm very aware of the archway.
Definitely phoned in.
Yeah, Copper sat there for like a solid 15 minutes, like just
I looked at it
ripping
like,
on the archway.
like,
this is garbage. Where's
he
your
started that
secondary colors?
He started that thing before I started all the other stuff, and that's what the result was.
Where's your usage of secondary colors?
He had secondary. He's the one who developed them.
Art stuff.
So does the person who did this archway.
I just
This
Look,
that's the part that bothers me.
I'm aware. I know the name.
The amount of annoyance I have towards this. Like, I want to know what happened, but I don't want to dig into it because I don't want to poke any sore points on people. But from a professional standpoint, there is no excusing it. Like, there's not for me having to pick up work like I did, and some of the stuff I saw, like that archway. There's no excuse, none whatsoever for that. So I'm curious to see who they're going with next year. Because I don't know if they have someone in mind already. I haven't actually talked to Kevin or Paul or Alex about it. I would love to be involved. Making that stuff is actually quite fun to me. I like making signage, and I don't get a lot of.
You heard it here first, Tad.
I don't get a lot of requests for signage now. Like, I just don't. But I spent years doing signage, and I find signage enjoyable to do. So I'd love to do that. And especially with the Rare Drop now moving into the whole assisting people with like business where they're assisting other companies to make conventions.
Yeah, and like do events and stuff.
Yes. I wouldn't mind helping with that as well, because having a designer on hand who can that way it's a one-stop shop kind of thing. So that would be kind of nice to get jobs like that from them. I have some stuff to do from Kevin right now as well, though. So that is Kevin related, nothing else. So it's an interesting amount of work I have to do now as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So hey, guys, what are we gonna watch next week? Now that we don't have a new weekly show to watch and adore like Fairy Gone,
right?
What should we do?
So there have been a couple of shows I've been looking at. There is the show I had mentioned to make fun of Comfy about the guy trying to get the girlfriend.
Yes.
I don't think Dale would like that show. Because basically
I want to watch just 4 different shows, and then we pick one next week, and then we catch up on it so that we watch it weekly while it's running.
Okay, so we can throw this in there then, maybe. But basically,
I don't really care. Like, you guys just throw whatever 4 at me, and then I'll pick the one that I hate the least amount.
The idea of this show is that the guy's trying to get a girlfriend. He knows a couple girls that might be interested in him, and one of them leaves him a love letter, and then he's trying to figure out which one it is. The thing, though, is that the show name is, in English, is something like roughly. Hold on, let me grab this here, because it's an interesting name in English.
I'm waiting.
It's actually like the name is one of those ones where they're like, here's a question in Japanese, and that's the name.
That's a really weird name. Here's a question
okay.
in Japanese.
So in English, it translates to, "Are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie?"
Nice.
Makes
Nice.
sense. Okay.
I'm sold. Take
right.
me in.
This is gonna be the greatest anime ever.
So that's the name of that show.
Okay, so can I do my show that I was gonna recommend this week?
Yes, I threw a couple in. I think some of these might be crossovers with yours as well in the Weeb chat we have too.
Okay, I didn't take a look at that, so let me go back to because I want to get the name perfectly
let's
right.
these in there as we go. So we're definitely gonna do that one. So if we want to throw that in there,
yeah, I'll throw the
for
Japanese
my daughter. I'd even defeat a demon lord.
Yes, I was looking at that one.
I've heard it's actually really, really good.
Which would be nice.
Oh my god, why can't it be in English, Copper? What did you just put into Discord? It's like I hentai demons, and I'm like, oh no.
I actually do want to put this one in here because I've heard it's actually good and not just a meme.
You got to remember the hentai thing is the reference to the pervert part there, Dale.
Got it.
It should be noted that the guy in the show is not the pervert. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know. It's the girl. It's the girl.
It says even if she's a pervert, or are you? Wait, what was it? Wasn't if you could you date a cutie even if she's a pervert? I do pay attention sometimes.
Yes, that is something like it. Yeah. That's
sometimes,
the other
though.
one.
Only sometimes. You're right.
I was looking at Vinland Saga, which is a almost a historical set anime, but it's set in Viking times and is dealing with Vikings.
Ooh, I like Vikings.
And I thought that might be up Dale's alley.
I love Vikings.
I know
What's the name of it?
Yes,
again?
I know. So that's why I figured that might be kind of up his way. There's Copcraft, which is.
Wait, but did you hear about what is it? Fire Force?
That is actually in my list there. That's Fire Force is in my list.
I heard it actually is getting really good reviews, and I love it. It's so dumb.
So Fire Force is.
I need to throw out Lord El Malloy the Second Case Files as well because that's a Fate spin-off series.
There's another one in here. There's a bunch of isekai shows this season.
Which one is
different
isekai?
Sorts. That's the transported to another world thing.
Yeah. That's like your Konosuba, your Sword Art, your Shield Hero.
Yeah.
So anime goes through just like every other type of TV. It goes through seasons where you get a bunch of one type of trope of show.
This
Sometimes
is the isekai renaissance right now. Change my mind.
This is the isekai thing. So there's a bunch of these shows. There's some different ones that are coming out. Like there's one where that's a little more on the violent side that came out where it's a whole class that got transported into another world.
Do people get murdered?
In the first 5 minutes of the first episode of that one, a guy loses his arm and watches it get eaten by a monster that's trying to kill him.
That sounds neat. What's that one called?
Let me see. I think it's this one. There is another one where it's a guy and his mother that get transported.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, so the one that's the I don't have the English name for that one, Dale. Sorry.
Have I seen Dr. Stone? No, I have not.
From Commonplace to World's Strongest is the English name of the violent one, and I put the actual show name in the Weeb chat there in Japanese. The mother one is called "Do You Love Your Mom?" and her 2-hit multi-target attacks.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw somebody making fun of that name because they used it with like
this is the part where I'm like, look, you're throwing Japanese names at me, and I don't.
Just copy paste, Dale.
Yeah, just copy paste. How dare?
That makes too much sense. Fuck off.
The English name for that one I posted is From Commonplace to World's Strongest. Basically, the gist of the show is his whole class is transported isekai in a way to a different world where they're supposed to be heroes of the world and fight monsters and demons. He
is this
instead of getting like
this chick has like a giant revolver that she's holding. Oh, I see the dude found a new arm, which is cool.
Yes.
I guess.
So
all right.
Some stuff happens in the first episode. That's why he ends up looking like that.
Yeah.
Though he actually hasn't reached that point yet.
What show are we looking at?
Are Arifutsu Shokunguya Disiki Saikyo.
It's the most recent one I posted. I can drop it in your chat if you want me to.
Yeah, drop it in the chat.
There you go. So that one is From Commonplace to World's Strongest. Basically, the guy is the weakest of all the people who gets transported over, and he's got like this super commonplace ability. And then something happens, and he's forced to do some stuff to try to survive. And things go a little crazy.
His simple life of pulling all-nighters and sleeping in school is suddenly turned upside down.
Yes.
Oh, I actually like this when he, along with his entire class, is summoned to a fantasy world. So that's a fun aspect. When
his whole class gets like there's like a couple dozen of them, plus the teachers get transported
the
as well.
teachers too? Well,
yeah, the teacher also got transported. So it's not just the students. There's also like the adults and stuff. So.
So I just want to point out, it says that he just gets to use transmutation, and I see him holding a fucking gun. So I'm scared.
Yes.
So I googled what the thing that you just put in the other one.
The hentai one?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Google image
Tell me
search
more
that.
about it.
Not at work. It's not that
let
bad
me
actually.
Search that while on stream really quick.
It's actually not bad.
It's not. It's not that bad. There's nothing like no man band.
Would you love a pervert as long as she's cute?
Yes, that's basically the English name.
And then the other name is, are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie? Because, you know, that's a little more important that we use the right terminology.
Yeah.
This show excites me. Let's go. What else we got?
There is Vinland Saga. For 1,000 years, the Vikings have made quite a name and reputation for themselves as the strongest families with a thirst for violence. Thorfinn, the son of the Vikings' greatest warriors, spends his boyhood in battle, enhancing his skills in his adventures.
His boyhood?
Yes.
Really?
In his adventure to redeem his most desired revenge against his after his father was murdered.
Murder.
How do you spell
okay,
this?
so we got some Vikings.
Vinland Saga.
I do like Viking shit, but I feel like anime would just not
Vinland
make
Saga.
them look as cool. I'd be like,
it's not got your normal style of anime that we've looked at.
I'll pull it up in another tab.
It's a little more adult, it looks like, for the animation.
okay,
style.
I'm looking at images and shit. Although
Vinland
a lot of the
Saga
images
on Amazon Prime is like
manga.
an anime sequel to Vikings.
Wait, what?
That is the review on Polygon.
It's like
it is
an
rated
anime
8.5 right now on my anime list.
Yeah, it looks like they took adult way with this. Like the characters are not cute or anything like that. It's very
What's
adult.
the
Drawn.
who made this? Which studio? What do you make? Attack on Titan. That's it. Done.
Okay.
I was like,
let's watch that one.
I was like, where's this coming
I'll put that
from?
one in the Weeb.
Oh, they made Attack on Titan 1,000,000 times.
So what ones were you thinking of aside from Vinland Saga and that they're comfy?
I wanted to do what is it? Why am I an idiot all of a sudden? If it's for my daughter, I'd even defeat a demon lord, which I've heard is very, very good.
Okay.
Let me pull
Google
up that
image
synopsis really quick.
this.
Here it is. Dale is cool, composed, and a highly skilled adventurer.
Oh man, I'm famous.
I remember that. I remember seeing that.
It's called the name is Dale.
Yeah, his name is Dale. One day on a job deep in the forest, he comes across a little devil girl who's almost wasted away, unable to leave her there to die. Dale takes her home and becomes her adoptive father. Devil or not, Latina is beyond adorable, and the adventurer soon finds himself head over heels with being a parent. Yeah.
Yo, I'm so wholesome.
In the chat saying it's super cute. So that was like wholesome. I've heard it's really, really good.
Okay,
the other one I want is Lord El Malloy II Case Files, because this is a Fate Zero spin-off series. One of the main characters who survives, they just made a magic detective show about him instead.
Magic detective. It's like the Magic School Bus, except not
but like way
fun.
cooler.
Yeah, is it though?
He gets asked to claim his inheritance over Audra Castle. He travels there with his apprentice Gray, but they are not the only ones called. The will of the previous owner states that the assembled contestants, including whatever the hell that name is, must compete in a game of wits to win the castle.
Got it.
Okay, so let's do those two, Vinland Saga, and the dating one.
What it was that the hentai one? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I'm just putting it all in one post.
Yeah, do that.
that'll
We'll
give us,
delete these other. We can get rid
I'm
of.
just gonna put it in one post so we can see all of it.
Because this
And
also gives us a
then-
wide range of different types of
I'll
shows.
throw
Like we'll
that
get
guy
a
there
comedy
too,
show,
to
a
separate.
very adult show, kind of
Yeah.
like that. The Fate spin-off one. That's kind of like a mystery show, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I like I
Yes.
love
Alright,
that kind of
That's-
stuff if it's done
that
right.
seems fine.
And then like a wholesome fantasy show. So we got a good
Yeah.
mix of stuff in there.
We kind of have a bit of everything.
Yes,
so.
which is great. Like that's a great way to approach a season. I find.
Now,
is to
are all
I
these
try
kinda
out
new?
everything?
Are they just debuting? Right.
These are all
These
airing
are all
this
brand
season.
new. Yes,
Okay,
these are
cool.
all brand new
They all have
shows.
1 or 2 episodes.
I think Vinland. I think most of them are on their second episode.
Okay.
Well, like so, I have. Let me.
I'm not sure about the
pull-
castle one.
Which one was that?
The mystery one that you have there.
Oh yeah. Lord,
I don't know
so
if that's on the second
that's
episode.
that aired July 7th, so they only have 2 episodes out.
The dating
Um,
show is on episode 2. Yeah, there it is. There, episode 2 for that.
Are these all
I have
watchable
all
on my anime list?
If it's for my daughter, I'd defeat a demon lord
Is episode 2 as well? I can see it
about
here.
to be episode 3 like in 2 days.
And then
Vinland, yeah, they're all on episode 2 right now.
Yeah.
They all aired in the same week, which is good because that way we can like just watch it, be caught up and done. Because man, who decided to release Fairy Gone a week later on Sunday?
that was a little awkward. Yeah.
God.
That was kind of annoying that it was just
Fairy
like it was airing the new
Gone,
episode while
it's
we were
like-
there.
It's like the anthem of anime.
So we're
It's
gonna
like,
watch
man,
the-
They could have done some cool shit, but they just didn't.
So for everybody with us here, we're going to watch the first episode of these shows,
Mhm.
and then based on that, we're going to discuss them all and see which one kind of tickles us the most for
Continuing,
forward.
like which one
Oh,
we're
it's
gonna start watching. every
absolutely
week.
going to be the dating a pervert one.
It might be that
It
it's
is
got a
Oh.
really interest.
It's absolutely going to be the dating a pervert one.
The
We'll
ending to the
see.
first episode is a thing, so
Oh
I'm
my
curious.
gosh! Wait. Okay.
I'm super curious to see what happens when Dale sees it.
All right. Should I like watch this while I'm live? Is that so you can see my face? Is that what's gonna happen here? I won't do that. That's
Yeah, it's going to stream your face and nothing else.
yeah. Just gonna.
Well,
Yeah.
it'll be him with commentary.
I'll give you commentary.
Oh boy. All right. So yeah, that's the plan for next week.
That will be pretty interesting.
Man, we're gonna
While
watch
you nerds
so
were
much
all at
anime this
Guardian
week.
Con, I got to do some pretty cool streams over on Kevin's channel though, which was lots of fun.
Oh, dude, I got to do some cool streams from Guardian Con.
Well, not from Guardian Con, but from a related event close by.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I heard your the ones I didn't get to see because I wasn't home went super well, and you retained a crap ton of people from them as well, Dale.
Yeah, like the Friday one, I knew I had a front page slot. Ended up being center slot. I was already live I started at 8:30. Front page was at 9. I ended up like 1,000 peak viewers from that front page. I retained quite a few. I didn't see what the numbers were. I wasn't watching numbers all that much. And then I got channel 1 not that much later, maybe an hour later.
Nice.
And that peaked at like 3,400. And then when I ended the stream at like 1 p.m., I still had like 450 viewers, which is like
Damn.
ridiculous. And by far the most
That's a
I've ever
super
had.
fun
I
one.
think before that, my channel has peaked to like 100, which was
Mhm.
pretty insane in its own way.
That's some big numbers.
Yeah.
Big.
super good.
So that was fun. And then the one I did on Monday also had front page. I didn't know that he was going to have Walrus fill in.
Yes, that was
I didn't either.
that was a
Tuesday.
late addition that happened like right before Kevin went to
Vacation.
Guardian Con.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's before he went. Lawless asked if anybody was doing anything on like the Tuesday, since and if he could do like a sports thing.
Yeah.
Since
So he
there
did
wasn't going to be
this-
like since there wasn't going to be a one-on-one sports, which is another thing that Kevin does for those who don't know.
second channel
so-
where he just does sports. He does a lot of like sims, like simulated sports stuff.
Yeah, I think Lawless ended up doing something with like racing that went over pretty well with people. So there is stuff for the sports stuff coming as well.
Uh-huh. Very cool.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that about wrap it up? Is that about everything we
I
gotta?
think so. Next
Yeah,
week is going
unless-
to be interesting for those who want to follow along with shows, because we got a nice little, variety of things to look through. And we didn't decide on a show to watch.
Well, we're gonna watch these ones.
We're gonna watch those
We're,
shows.
so we're just going to watch these ones. and
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
normal-
because like you
Because
want me
we're
to watch
watching-
the other three. I don't know
Since
if
we're
I'm
watching 4
Yeah,
episodes
we're already
of
watching
something,
4. I don't
We're-
have time to watch. I don't have time to watch
It's
7
the same amount of
20-minute
episodes
shows.
we normally watch.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true. It's still the
Yeah.
4 numbers. So
That is why I wanted to.
Yeah, no, it
yeah.
makes
So anybody
sense.
not like who's following along, we're not doing a normal 3. We're doing these 4 instead. I think I know some of them are on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Demon Lord one is definitely on Crunchyroll.
I'm definitely gonna watch
Uh,
the hentai one in my office and not even try to watch it on my couch.
I'm gonna watch it in your
Uh,
couch.
Like right up to the end of that,
Oh.
there's nothing in that show that is
Uh-huh.
like over the top. There really
I was-
isn't.
Yeah. Okay. Right up until the end. Okay, so the end is when the titties come out.
So
Spoilers. I
uh,
don't know if that's true or not. Probably.
Man, listen, if there's not as many boobs as there are in what is it, Domestic Girlfriend, then I'll be disappointed.
Domestic Girlfriend. I haven't seen that one.
That's the dude falls in love with his
teacher and then
and
his
he decides to fuck a random girl because she was nice to him, and then
yeah, she's like, "Do you want to have
and
like
then
sex?"
his
And he's
dad
like, "All right."
remarries, and they're both his stepsisters, but they're also like both in love with him, and it's like, man, what a time.
Yeah, he hooks up with a random person, which frankly is realistic as a teenager. That's something that could happen at his age. And
sorry.
A random girl he's never met before saying, "Hey, I want to know what sex is like, so fuck me," and he was, being just a teenage boy, was like, "How could this go wrong?"
hey,
So,
as a teenage boy who did stuff like that, usually it doesn't go wrong.
oh, look at me, I'm Copper. I had a childhood as a teenage boy. I went outside and had friends.
Look, I'm sorry you didn't have,
I'm
Any
sorry I
girlfriends
didn't
growing
have
up?
massive maple syrup orgies with my friends like you did.
I didn't have
Goddamn
maple
Canadian.
syrup
Wow,
orgies.
are you making
We
fun
leave
of
the
being
maple
Canadian?
syrup out. That stuff is sticky.
I
Fine.
mean, there's a lot of
What do
things
you-
that are sticky. If you
It
do
causes chafing. It's not a good time.
He knows this. How does he know this? Has he done this before? Is he lying to you,
Look,
chat?
Look, anything that's sticky is going to cause chafing. That's just how that works.
that. Hey,
It's the same thing with like chocolate syrup or stuff like that. It's a no. It's anything sticky is a no.
oh my God! All right.
Anything sticky is a no. All right, and on that note, hey, Dale, where can people find you?
You can find me on mixer.com/MrVengeance. Also at Instagram and Twitter at _
Magic 101.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's done. That's not gonna happen again. So, but that's
Okay.
where I did my
You can't
fun
find me at
streams.
Magic 101.
Yeah, the fun streams are done though. So now back to my
Trash.
normal boring streams. Nah, it'll be fine. We're doing good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you hear about the prank that they pulled on me in Ark the other day, Comfy?
No, I don't like games that have bad developers who don't care about their users.
Well, I was
I
just trying it
know-
out for the first
I know
time.
they pulled a prank on you, but I didn't know what it was.
What
Oh
happened?
my god. Okay, so in this game, it's a survival game where you can play it
Yeah.
online with other people. I'm playing it for the first time. I joined a server that there were some people in the community on, Seal and Loco. So I had no idea that this was going on. I had been playing for a couple hours, and I ran into a T-Rex for the first time because there's dinosaurs.
They did add dinosaurs. That's
They're-
the thing.
Yeah. So I was hiding from a T-Rex in the trees, and I was like, does it see me? And then it growled at me and roared at me. I was like, oh, it sees me. My character literally poops because that's a thing. You
throw
can
your
turn it
poop
into
at the T-Rex?
fertilizer. So I see a T-Rex, poop, run away, run back to my hut, which I had built, and I'm doing inventory management, and I hear some stomping. I'm like, oh no, it followed me home. And then I hear a T-Rex roaring. I'm like, am I safe in my hut? And they're like, no, it's going to break through. I was like, fuck, I'm literally the lawyer from Jurassic Park. So I'm hanging out, and I eventually get brave enough to peek outside, and I see this T-Rex. And as I see the T-Rex, I like glitch through the floor. Because, you know, that's a thing that happens. So I finally managed to get unglitched, and this T-Rex comes at me. And like I realized that there's somebody riding it because it's got a saddle. I'm like, well, this is another person. They're probably gonna come kill me now, I guess, because it's a PvP server.
Mm-hmm.
So it chomps at me. I'm like, well, I'm dead. And then here comes little gray seal, jumps off of her dinosaur. I was like, hey, what's up? I had no idea they had been plotting this for like an hour and a half.
They just rode up on you with dinosaurs?
Right. I had no idea. I knew Loco was here. Loco was helping me do stuff. But then I
Yeah.
didn't know Seal was there at all because she was just lurking in chat for God knows how long then. And she's just like,
good
yo, I
lord.
brought my T-Rex. And then we went on an adventure together where we went and ventured back to where her house was. She rode a T-Rex all the way across the map basically just to come bamboozle my ass. It was hilarious. I was flying
Just
a
to come
pterodactyl. It took us
bamboozle
like
my
15 minutes to get back there on a pterodactyl. It's like, fuck. What? So yeah, it was a pretty fun time. I don't know if I'll play any more Ark. Like, it was kind of fun, but there's a lot
There's
of jank.
glitches.
There's
in
a
that
lot
game.
of jank, you know? It's
Yeah.
like,
The game is not the game has criticism for a reason about being not
Yeah.
well optimized. Because it's not well optimized.
right.
Yeah, no, like I talk about that game all the time as one of my like I do not like this game developer stories because they have not optimized their game. They refuse to do so, and they instead release DLC and unfinished product.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then if you want to have your own server, you have to like run it yourself
Yes.
or like rent one so you can actually have it on all the time.
Yeah, which is like I'm fine with that, but like give us LAN or something, and or just don't be garbage.
Although I had a lot of
for
people show up in my
developers.
chat and they were like, man, I can't wait for like the next map. I'm like, what do you mean? Why don't they fix the stuff that's already here before they add more
Yeah,
shit?
right. Like that's the same thing they did with PUBG, and it's one of the reasons I don't play PUBG anymore. Man, we were
Right.
literally viewing outros, and now we're stuck here. Like so the thing with PUBG, they released PUBG, and everybody played it and was like, "This is cool. This is an awesome concept. It's really janky, but it's really fun."
Yeah.
If they iron out the kinks, then I'm about it. And apparently they like their game kinky, so they didn't fix it.
Kinky.
They released more weapons. They released a new map, which I understand there's a difference between. There's a difference between the design team who designs stuff and the programming team who fixes bugs and stuff. But they kept expanding their team, and they kept expanding with like people to add to the sandbox, but not people to balance the sandbox or even like fix the glitches that were in the game already. And so that was kind of an issue. And then they were like, hey, we're doing the Fix PUBG campaign. And they're like, we're going to fix the game. And everybody's like, oh my God, finally. Like, I've been waiting for so long. PUBG is such a cool and fun game. I really want them to fix it, and I can play it and have a good time. And then they didn't do anything. And then they said, we've concluded the Fix PUBG campaign. And it was kind of depressing. So
Unfortunate.
and since then, they've released another map and more weapons and released the game technically completely released the game, but it's in such an unacceptable state to be considered a release.
I
game.
heard
Change
the
my
only
mind.
reason that they actually made it a 1.0 is because it had to be in the 1.0 to release onto Xbox. I don't know if that's true or not.
I believe they wanted to release it 1.0 for the holiday season.
Got
They announced they're like, "Hey, we're gonna make it 1.0," and people are like, "When are you doing it?" It's like, "Oh, literally the like Friday before Christmas this year." And it was like, or you could fix the game, and it's like the Friday before Christmas. Like, can you make the game work by 1.0? The
Like,
Friday before
especially-
Christmas.
Especially in a game that's early access, they should be working on making the game finished before worried about selling more DLC. They don't even do they charge for DLC in that game even? I don't know.
In PUBG, no, but they have a battle pass, and all cosmetics are paid.
Okay.
Another thing was they literally like wrote in their like Kickstarter or whatever, like, we won't monetize costumes and outfits until the game is complete. So
Uh-huh.
it's like, as long as the game is in early access, you won't ever have to pay for outfits or anything. And people think that was another reason they pushed the game to 1.0 was because they needed more funding because
shit.
they already like just threw it all away.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because then at that point they would be in the clear to sell items in their store and make a ton of money, which they made away like bandits.
Hey, at least they weren't selling red dot sites.
Who was selling red dot sites? I forget.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
so
really?
Activision.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, really. So you want a red dot site? Buy it from the store.
Have you heard about Black Ops 4's latest BS microtransaction?
No.
All right, so first of all, surprise mechanic, surprisingly ethical, I know.
Yeah, the surprise mechanic.
So
That's so dumb.
Call of Duty for the last couple games has made it so that you can buy weapons in a store through RNG crates, and you can use those weapons to play in PvP, which is garbage, and I hate it.
Wait, can you
but-
actually do that in the newest Call of Duty now too?
Oh no! Don't worry, we're gonna get somewhere worse.
Oh,
good.
Great. Okay.
That's what we want. Is somewhere worse than that.
Yeah, so like in like Black Ops 3, they released like the Galilin stuff to people who, if you bought crates from Blackjack, then you had a chance at getting it, and only if you unlocked it could you put it in your creative class. Now, Activision has somehow made that even worse, and in Blackout, if you don't buy the weapon from Blackjack and his crates and stuff in the microtransaction store, there will be crates in Blackout that you cannot open up because they have DLC weapons in them.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's
Like,
absolutely real.
It's not even. So you can
So if
literally
you
go
don't-
to a place and be like, "There's supposed to be a gun here, but I didn't buy that gun, so I'm fucked."
Yes.
So if
That's
you land
so
side by
wrong.
side to somebody that has the Galil DLC,
They can
he
pick it up
picks
and
up
you
the
can't.
gun that's invisible to you and shoots you with it. Oh my god.
It's not even like invisible to you. It's just like you don't have the ability to open this crate.
Oh my god. I
Wow.
would.
I would lose my shit at that.
That
That is
Wow.
I like,
so wrong.
How the fuck
And I
are
like
people excited for
shoot-
Modern Warfare? I don't understand. Like, do you think they're
because
gonna
it's a
do things
different
differently?
company. Now
Also,
it's
you know what else I've
bad.
heard? Activision, or I mean, who I don't remember where I saw this, but they were talking about how like this isn't the same Modern Warfare. It's like a new universe or something. Like, wait a minute.
They're rebooting it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's a reboot.
but they were talking about it being like so much different, and I'm just like, although we did actually see Captain Price in the trailer and stuff. So I don't know.
The
They're
combat does actually look good for the new Call of Duty, like from what I've seen. As much as
just-
They have
as
a
much
new
as I
engine for
like-
the first time in like a decade.
As much as I want them to fail so hard for so many reasons, it actually looks good.
I don't know what I want. I want another fun
don't-
PvP shooter that's not like.
I don't
Like-
want the devs to fail because the devs aren't the issue with these games.
Right.
It's
just-
the publisher. I'm aware.
I just can't support what Activision pushes for for these things.
Yeah.
And we're seeing like there's a big change from Bungie about a lot of stuff
Oh my
about how
God.
they're dealing with stuff and changing because they're not longer dealing with Activision, what Activision demands are.
I feel
So
like
they're
the
like, "We're changing
180,
shit."
like a lot of like the not the I don't want to say 180, but like the huge changes that have come out of Bungie so quickly after ditching Activision are kind of like
Their things,
they're
has to.
eye-opening. It's like, oh fuck,
like, what the fuck were they forcing you to do? Like, that's
good god.
like,
Like they
Like,
are
the-
drastically overhauling the Eververse store.
yeah, the Eververse store is getting a massive overhaul.
I
How
have
Bright
no
Dust
hopes
stuff
that
works
they'll
is getting a
ever
big
fix-
overhaul.
I have no hope that they'll fix the shader system in D2, but like,
I
fuck,
mean,
My
I think
only-
it's
terrible.
effectively fixed now, honestly.
It's not
Well,
bad.
no,
I wish it
it's-
would go to something like Warframes where I can custom color stuff. That would be great.
Yeah, that would
But-
be great. See, the thing is,
Uh,
I still have literally like 1.5 pages of shaders that I cannot be bothered to break down.
Oh, I got
in
rid of
my
all
vault
mine. They're
in
so fast to
Destiny.
get rid of.
It-
If you just want to take the 10 minutes to get rid of them all, and then
It
just
really doesn't take that much time. You're just being lazy.
like you can just go to what's his face to get rid of them
It's
in giant
it's not
stacks.
so much of a
so.
like, but it's something I shouldn't have to do because the system's not good. You know,
Well, you've also been collecting them for like 2 years now.
I don't even grab them anymore because I quit.
Yeah, but you get
So,
them
no.
from chests and stuff like that. Like if you open chests, you get them. Like
Yeah, but I
That's
don't.
Oh
just
man,
I don't
kinda
put
speaking
myself
of
anymore.
Destiny, have you guys touched the tribute hall at all?
Yeah.
yes, I completely finished the tribute hall
So
in less
good.
than an hour.
Finished it? Oh my gosh.
I
All right,
here's
have
it.
not.
Hey,
There's
guys, by the
there's
way,
a cheese you can do that. So I was like, I'm just gonna do the cheese. So I have the gun and the catalyst completely. Took me less than an hour.
all right, you're gonna have to. I'm definitely not gonna cheese it, but you're gonna send me that information because I need to not know how to not cheese it so I don't accidentally do it.
If you've started, you can't cheese it.
Well, I've failed.
Aw, damn.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna choose it anyway.
Yeah, the way it works is that you need to have 2 characters who have not started the quest, and
Jesus is
basically
great
you-
though.
you do the first little bit on the first character, then you switch to your second character,
Mhm.
and the hall is open on your second character because of an item you have in your possession now. But when you go to place that item in the hall, it doesn't actually open the hall, but it does count towards your tributes. So you can just keep going to orbit and coming back and get all 50 tributes done in less than an hour, which will
That's
give
super
you
dope.
which gives you access to go get the gun and gives you the catalyst.
Yeah, I got the
And-
gun. It's fun.
It doesn't cost you
I do like
any
the gun. I haven't
materials
used it a ton,
or anything like
but-
that too. So I just because you can actually, and after you've done that, you can still go through and do the tributes as normal for the triumphs and stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
which I will do over time. Just I figured, fuck it. I know I'm super busy. It doesn't. My workload actually hasn't slowed down any. I think it's picked up since I went to Guardian
Oh,
Con.
man.
So
Rit
uh,
Copper's
to
free
have.
time.
it's a nice problem to have, but
you murdered
it-
your free time, Copper, by being.
it also means I
like
don't have a lot of free time. So, due to that, I was like, screw it. I'm just going to use the cheese because I can go through. I'll go through and get these triumphs done just by playing the game normally. When I have a little more free time in like a month and a half, 2 months.
All right, Copper, just give me your
So-
login. I'll do all your stuff for you, and then I'll delete all your characters. No, I won't. No. I'll make them
I
really
won't.
ugly though, because I know how good you are at making your characters and vehicles. Like your armor look really good. I'll just be like, it's green. Fuck you. You look like a baby threw up on you now. Ha.
Yeah, but usually
It
my
doesn't
armor
have the
sets.
watermelon shader.
Look,
Yeah, my,
watermelon on a beloved looks great. Don't at me. It's like the Hulk sniper rifle. Okay.
Anything you think looks good automatically looks bad.
Bungie
you
likes
look
putting in
great.
metallic colors, so there's actually a few shaders that have copper in them.
Joke's on you. I
So-
do look terrible. You are
does.
proving my point. You damned fool. You buffoon. I've played you like a goddamn fiddle.
Wait, that's a banjo.
What
Never mind. All right. Okay. Anyway, back to like 20 minutes ago, where we were talking about where people
Back
can
to
find each
20
other on the
Copper, where
internet.
can people find
Comfy.
you?
Easy place you can find me online is copperlinedesigns.com. Hey, I have a website. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Copperline Designs and Copperline Art. If you were looking for stuff, commissions are still open, but you were probably looking at closer to the end of next month if you're looking for something. Yeah.
So in other games that came out this month, have you guys played Mario Maker 2 yet?
I have not. I've been playing a couple things on the Switch actually, such as the newest Steam Quest game and the Hyrule Necrodancer crossover.
Yeah, I saw that. That game looks really fun. I want to get it.
It is
It's
super
like
fun.
Sounds of Hyrule or whatever. Like Ballad of Hyrule. I feel like Dale is just raging mad right now because I started another tangent after ripping on him for throwing us into one.
Wait, you did? When did you rip on me? No, I don't.
Oh man. Okay, we're good then. Hey,
But yeah,
well,
that game is super fun.
in other news, you can find me at mixture.com/Comfamous, Twitter at Comfamous, Instagram at Comfamous.
Just Google Confamous.
I'm Comfamous.
All
There we
right.
go. That's the
Next week
snap.
we have let's go over. Let's real
a
quick,
medley of shows. Wait, one second. I want to see
Let's
if the
mention
D
them
will
again.
pick up.
Just, let's
Yeah, we should
rename them so
probably
people
mention
can
those
know.
again. Just in the
Somebody
English
fluent and
names.
speak in the weeb, please.
I got
or-
this. Konnichiwa Saga.
Oh God.
Vinland Saga. Koikaraba Hentai Demo Tsukini Nate Kurimasuka. That is, would you fuck me even if I was a pervert or something like that?
Oh, that's the would you date?
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you date like a pervert even if she was a cutie or something?
Or if she was a cutie.
If
yes.
she was a cutie, I don't know. Lord El Malloy II, Seino Jakinbo, Rail Zeppelin Grace Note. That's Lord El Malloy. Case Notes, Gray Zeppelin or something. Uchi no Ko no Tame Naraba, Orewa, Moshika Shitara, Maomo, Taosera, Kamo, Shuranai. Why did we get so many long Japanese names?
Because a few of these have like
That's you guys.
questions and
That's
sentences
you.
as their name because it's a Japanese thing.
Well, two of them were, and that is, if it was for my daughter, I'd even defeat a demon lord. 1 second, I need to find, one second, I need to find a certain.
Can we talk about how
manga
like
or light novel.
the fact of the one show here that actually looks like I might like it is just Vinland Saga. It's 2 words.
Yeah, I know.
Like
As soon as I saw that show, though, I was like, Vinland Saga. I'm like, oh, that must be about Vikings. That's about Vikings.
See, guys, I think
Dale's
the
gonna
one-
love this.
See, whenever there's an anime adaptation of this light novel, we're gonna watch it. It's Isekai Onsen ni Tensei Shita Ori no Kono ga Tandemo Sugiri Anta no Naka ka ga Kimochi Wake Janine de Sukadoi or something. It's my reincarnation as a hot spring in a different world is beyond belief. It's not like being inside you feels good or anything.
Oh my god.
It is a show about a guy who's reincarnated as a hot spring, if you can't tell. Or it's a light novel about
and then,
it. So, when we get an anime adaptation, I'm dragging you kids through it with me.
No.
I don't think they'll
don't.
make an anime adaptation of that one.
That's
See-
where you're wrong, kiddo.
See, the further
Unless
we
it's
go
going
down
up
this
on things
rabbit
like
hole,
H anime or something like that. Like that's not.
What anime?
Yeah, the H anime .tv. Do not Google that, Dale. For those
It's porn.
what do I have to not Google for science?
Anyways, this has been 2.5 Weebs this week. Thanks
yeah,
everybody
the
for
further we
tuning
go
in.
down this rabbit hole, the least.
Cut the recording.
Okay, bye. See you next week.